This is the function overview for the 511 Hi-Capa. This is a split-side design. This is the short version, and this is the semi-auto version. There's a full auto version available. I don't have that. I do kind of wish I had it. So a few simple things about this. If you've never had a Hi-Capa before, you have a hammer back here, like a 1911, and you'll notice I can't pull the trigger because there's a grip safety. Works like that. Actually functions pretty nicely. So, and then because here, I'll put the empty magazine in. I have checked to make sure this is clear before. This is completely fine. Dry fire real quick. Hold on. There we go. So that is the slide, catch, lock back, whatever, working, because there's no bullets in it, obviously. I don't want to be erroneously shooting around my house. So here's the catch. Looks pretty good. Obviously I don't have a magazine in right now, so it's not engaging. So I think that's pretty neat. So all you have to do is flick this lid over, and that goes forward. Sounds a little weird, but if you remember, the function of this gun is to literally slam around, so I don't think it's really hurting anything. If you're watching this, you probably already know a little bit about disassembling these. You know, they're powered by propane. I'm cheap, so I use propane with an adapter. It's given me some problems. I've breathed in too much, gotten a sore throat from it, but it's not that bad. Let's see, a couple things in the magazine. You probably already know how they work. You fill them up down here with liquid propane. You push on that. I want to do this because I'm in my basement and I don't want to choke on gas, but a bunch of gas will come out of here, and it will basically fill up a little chamber, which is like that blue thing right there. Yeah. So some functions with these. You've probably already seen this, but they do feed from the magazine. So you can have one in the chamber, but that really does not work without a magazine in, because it's just an inert piece of metal without a magazine in it. The gas in the magazine is what makes it work. I'm not going to get too far into that. Let's see, a couple other things. There is an actual safety on it. It works best when the hammer's cocked. It might just be a defect of mine, but that's cocked. Can't pull the slide back at all. Can't pull the trigger even if the grip safety's down. And you flip it down. You're good. Okay, that's enough of that. Now for the disassembly portion. What we have going here is, it's a bit different. So you're going to need one of these. I measured it with calipers just a second ago. It's a 2mm Allen wrench. There should be one in the box. And it doesn't disassemble like a normal Hi-Capa. So what you're going to do first is unscrew this. Don't lose any of this. It's probably a pain in the butt to find. Like online, they probably don't make them. But this will unscrew like your front sight block and whatnot. And your, like, the thing that holds your barrel in place because it's split slide. Okay. Put that off to the side. Here's your front assembly. I'm not really sure if you can put like a normal slide from a 511 Hi-Capa on here. I mean, I assume you can. It still functions. And then to actually disassemble this, it kind of works like a regular 1911. So you have your slot in the slide right there. This one is for the slide lock back, and this one is for the disassembly portion. So you pull this back. Easier if the hammer's cocked. So it aligns, so that hole aligns. And there's a little nib on your slide lock back that's held in place, and the only place it can come out is pop out from this direction is with that little hole nib right there or whatever. So there you go. There's nothing holding it in, so you can just slide it out from the front. Look at that. Now that's pretty sick. Doesn't really look like much right now. I'm not really going to get into how the frame works because that kind of scares me and I don't want to take that apart, but it works like a normal 511 Hi-Capa frame, so you should be able to figure out another tutorial online. Let's see. So you got your plunger right here. I don't really know what these parts are called. I just know how to take it apart. This is one of those things where you will, like, shoot these across your room if you're not careful. Oh, there's a way to do this. I'm not really sure how, but there you go. I almost just shot across the room. That has like a special shape to it. Looks like an omega symbol. regular spring. It's a bit weird. There's some, like, if you can get really into designing your own, like, Hi-Capas, whoops, there's, like, weird types of O-rings and whatever you can do for different types of, like, short stroke or whatever. I'm not really sure. Here's our, like, barrel assembly. Boring, boring, boring. Just pull that right out. This slides in there. It has to do with all the complex work things. There's a hop up. I haven't really screwed with that. It's all covered in grease or like silicone oil because that's what I use. Let's just organize this a little bit over here. So here's like what you're gonna gonna upgrade first. So you have your valve assembly, and here, this port right here is what the magazine port goes into, and the gun one's inserted right there. And so like it fills, and there's a little doohickey in there. I'm not really sure. I don't know, gas guns kind of scare me, but they're like super complicated. But there's a little spring in there, and that kind of got screwed up like not even a little while into using this. So you're going to want to grab, that kind of disappointed me, you're going to want to grab a flathead screwdriver in a second. This will work for unscrewing this right here, your top sight screw. And there is a little spring under compression in there that holds your sight like adjustments, because this is your sight adjustment screw, so you're going to want to unscrew that. Okay, take this little guy. Okay, now this flips openly. You got some stuff going on in there. There's where your screw that we just unscrewed came in. You can see how it flips up here. And then we want to get at that guy, so grab a little Phillips. Just start unscrewing that guy. Just try not to lose any of these. I'm sure they're kind of standard. Oh, and here's your little spring. Oh, shoot, that I mentioned. It like holds your rear sight up. So now, this will just slide out the side. Ooh, boy. Man, this is precarious filming. So this should just slide out the side, if I'm doing it right. Oh, that's right. You want to get your firing pin. Now the firing pin doesn't actually do anything on these. There's a separate valve knocker that does what it sounds like, and it screws with the valve. This is a really weird design. Another one of those things that will shoot across the room if you're not careful. Oh, okay. Yep, that just got everything to come out. It's like 3 parts in there. I don't know if you can really see that. It's just a spring-loaded doohickey that like makes sure the hammer doesn't kill itself. Oh, and look at that. It came all apart. Here's your slide. Literally nothing else left in it. And then here's your valve assembly, and you're going to have this spring. This is the valve return spring. You can see what it does in there. It compresses in this chamber. And there's this little nib. So if we take our valve, you see all the fun stuff in there. You're going to want some oil in there. I use this stuff, which like sprays like a fire hose and then drips. So I just spray it at something I don't care about, and then put the little drips in there. Yeah, that's just, I don't really know what to say here. You probably know how some of this works, but this is just for this particular slide design. So what you're going to want to do is very carefully put this back in there. And then place it in there. Ooh, that's going smoothly. Hey, look at that. You can see with your sight or whatever through your sight hole. That reminds me, we need to put the sight in. So you actually put it in from the side. I should probably get an RMR mount for this. Oop. But your spring like will come out of place, and it's not fun. So then I'm gonna put this big chunky boy. Oh right, that we're gonna screw this guy back in place. So aligning this is a big pain in the butt, but it's doable. It really sucks with like magnetic screwdrivers because everything sticks to them. But hey, it works on it. All right, I'm gonna have to cut some of this. Okay, I have this bad boy aligned, and I'm just gonna close it very gently, and then put this in. The spring's under tension, so watch out. Get your flathead. Flatheads are stupid. I'm sorry about this for a little while. I might have to cut. Say some slurs, so I have to cut it. Okay, I got it. And that's tightened down, and it's not going anywhere. You're going to want to make sure this is aligned properly. First time I tried putting this back together, it didn't go so well. And yeah, oh wait, never mind. See, I'm an idiot. This didn't actually hold anything in place. I forgot this one. Oh, I should make this coherent in post-processing. here we are. Make sure this is all lined up. Come on. That's lined up. Oh, but we need to do this. It's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back, huh? Okay, make sure your valve spring's in place. Oh, look at that. Oh, and the valve spring's not in place. Make sure your valve's all the way in the back position. And then just put it in there. It should kind of align itself. And then get to go down a little bit. And place your rear sight right in there. Remember to slide it in from the side. Put somewhere safe. Not knock it off the table a billion times. Okay. There we go. Get it in there nice. Yep. Fun. And there's a little divot right in there in your sight block for that screw head to go. So now we put our spring in. Oh boy. Alright, close it. Keep springs in. Hold it down. Get started. Alright, now we use our stupid flathead and tighten this adjustment screw. That holds it in. Alright, now that that's secure, there's not really a whole lot of movement in that because it's spring loaded. And the screw's tightened all the way down. We grab a firing pin, which just fell apart on me. Wow, this is a really stupid camera. Alright, it's back together. Put it in there. Oh, whoa. There we go. And once the head of the firing pin is depressed, it's like threaded or whatever. Oh, there we go. So you can just use a regular flathead to get in there. There we go, now that's all tight and nice. And if we check, still spring loaded. That's like cushion the hammer, I think. Okay, now we do a movement check. So the valve spring's still working. I should probably get a stronger valve return spring. But yeah, it's alright. Works just fine now, don't it? It's a perfect opportunity to add more grease. That's kind of just, I don't know, it's kind of stupid to show how all that worked. You could probably find that in another tutorial. So now, put our barrel back in, like so. It should just slot over there. You got the two moving pieces that like nest inside of each other. Now your special shaped doodad that you put in right there. Push this. Ooh, okay, I should probably push this in before I... These commercials are... Cut this down. Oh, this is the part that gives me high blood pressure. Okay, there we go. Now we get a little sneak peek in how this works. Ooh, if you know anything about gas guns, you know that's how they work. Now, it should be good to put this back in the frame if you installed this part correctly. So it's seated all the way down. It shouldn't bind up like it did on me the first time. Oh, look at that. It doesn't bind up right there. Isn't that just wonderful? So I guess we can just take our little guy here. You see that little itty bitty nib that has to go through that notch. So we cock our hammer first so we're not fighting all that spring resistance. Let's see what's stopping me. Yeah, it's a little rough. Okay, we're in. Isn't this just wonderful? And then finally, we put our final screw in that you probably, hopefully didn't lose. Because, I don't know, it's probably some size. It says, there's like an online manual for this guy. It's really hard to find, but yeah. Alrighty. And that should be good. Please don't blow up on me because I've been filming this for 16 minutes and, oh, almost 20 minutes now. It frickin' works. Let's go. Let's see. If you're stupid and forgot, this is the magazine. You push this button and stuff comes out. I'm in the basement and don't want to gas myself, so I'm not going to do that. It gets hit by not the firing pin, but a valve knocker. Way deep in that mag well. But, ooh, look at this. It's locking back, because the slide lock back is engaged. Because there's no bullets in the magazine, because I don't want to be erroneously shooting around my basement. So, ooh, look at this. Holy shit.